That's not good. Looks like Toothpick rustled himself a pretty lady.
Sweet jumping jackrabbits! That's no lady, that's Carmelita! What is she doing here?
You know her?
I'm afraid so. Something is very wrong here, Tennessee. But all quantum physics aside, we have to rescue her. Nobody can get there faster than you. I'll grab Sly and Murray, and we'll meet you in the van. Just get going.
Huh. I wonder who Bentley's lady friend is. Kidnapping? That Toothpick's lower than a snake in a ditch. Heck, rescuing pretty ladies is a hobby of mine anyway.
Whew. I am only too happy to get rid of this one. Her tongue's sharp enough to cut leather.
Stinking cowards! Afraid to untie me and fight like men? I swear when I get out of this...
No sense fretting about that, little lady. Cry, cry, little dear, yes. Just enjoy the ride!
I'm a-coming, Miss Carmelita! I'm a-coming, Miss Carmelita! Can't let the stage hit that barrier!
Okay! You can stop anytime!
I gotta keep the road clear of obstacles! Time for a little target practice! I better start slinging some lead! This is getting to my Harry! Woohoo! I am the greatest shot ever!
What are you doing out there? Can't you stop this thing?
Don't worry your pretty head, Miss Carmelita! Everything's under control! Dagnabbit! Looks like some fool just turned up the heat!
Are you enjoying this?
Can't let the stage hit that barrier!
Watch where you're going!
I better start slinging some lead! Whew! I feel like a potato smoothest ride.
Hit the brakes already! You need to slow us down!
Bullseye! Now that's how you cool things off. Those flames will roast us for sure. Okay, this ain't gonna be the smoothest ride.
Please stay on the road! Any road!
I need to throw that barrier away.
Can't you stop this thing?
Don't worry your pretty head, Miss Carmelita. Everything's under control.
Who are you?
Pleased to meet you, ma'am. Why, I'm Tennessee Kid.
Don't tell me. You're a Cooper, right? I knew it.
Yes, ma'am. Bentley told me you...
Stop calling me ma'am. The name's Inspector Fox. Wait, Bentley's here?
Well, looks like they're right behind us.
Carmelita, I'm glad you're okay.
Why, that conniving little...
Much obliged for a helping hand, Inspector Fox. Let me run these banditos over to prison, and I be back for you, all in lickety-split. Of course, you feeling neighborly? You could just turn yourselves in.
As much as I like the idea of Sly in a cell, nobody kidnaps Inspector Carmelita Fox and gets away with it.
I reckon that also includes tying her to a runaway stage.
Watch it. I'm in no mood for smart remarks. Now, are you ready for another mission, Tennessee?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, I mean, I surely am, Inspector Fox.
And another thing, no more whistling. I don't want to hear no guards whistling for no reason, no how, no...
This river is dangerous, but it leads back to the prison. Way I figure it, they won't be expecting us to come this way. You sure you're up to this, Miss Fox?
That's Inspector Fox, but just call me Carmelita. Thanks for the rescue, by the way.
My pleasure. Inspector? You some kind of sheriff? How'd you get mixed up with Sly?
It's a long, complicated story. Right now, I need to rescue that ringtail, so I can wring his neck.
Ooh-wee, you are feisty. You remind me of this one little gal who...
So, what's this prison like, anyway?
Well, plenty of fire, for starters.
Terrific. Let's get going.
Miss Carmelita, you didn't forget how to use that pistol, did you?
Not a chance. I just press the R1 button to pull the trigger. And I can press and hold the L1 button to focus my aim.
You got him on the run now, Carmelita! Carmelita!
Let's sweep this sector, Tennessee.
These barrels are full of TNT. You better blast them before we get blown to smithereens. Carmelita!
Which one of you losers wants some of this?
Watch it! We got us a cattle car overhead!
I can't believe Sly got me into this mess.
Nice shooting, Carmelita!
How about less sweet talk and more action? Tennessee, it looks like you'll have to go on ahead. I'll find another way there.
Shucks, these galoots are not smart. Could've done that in my sleep. You fellas are messing with the wrong outlaw. Face it, you can't beat the Tennessee Kid.
Tennessee, this way!
Missy, you're a real cactus blossom. Looks like we got company, Miss Carmelita. Not the friendly kind. I'll keep the rabbits still, and you blast those dang jackalopes.
Why don't you barge? Just get out of my way!
We got attackers to the left.
Maybe you should just focus on the mission, Tennessee. Just hold steady, Tennessee!
Bingo! Now that's what I call straight shooting. Whew, those steers up there mean business. Huh, that switch looks kinda important. Pick it up, Tennessee! Like shooting rats in a saddlebag! Well, bring it on then, boys! Get your boots on, gang! Tennessee's on the way!
Tennessee, this way! Follow me, Tennessee! You go on. I'll stay here and cover you.
All right! Who wants to get some?
Start shooting straight! If those prisoners escape, you're taking that point!
I hope you boys got a backup plan! Looks like some dopes are still looking for a fight.
All right, keep those dirty birds in the cage. We're going to give the paradise an early
Sometimes these boys can get a mite irritating. This is almost as fun as a sack of gold nuggets.
Looks like we've got us a proper reunion, boys. Let's make sure the gas feel right at home.
Shoot, time's a wasting. Pick it up, Tennessee. Tennessee, just one more lock.
I made you still make one, and I'll do it again.
Carmelita, are you all right?
I am. No thanks to you. I should leave you in that cage after what you pulled, Sly Cooper.
I know. Look, I can explain everything.
Why, if it wasn't for this handsome and charming gentleman, I wouldn't even be here.
Aw, shucks.
Handsome and charming? Really? Look, Carmelita, I know...
Save it, Sly. All I want to know right now is how I get back to Paris.
Actually, Carmelita, I was more curious how you got here in the first place.
But guys, where's the van?
We'll have to track it down later, Murray. Now, what were you saying, Carmelita?
It's a long story, Bentley. Let's get moving and I'll tell you. When I saw that arrogant little, but no good lying, I should have tied his mangy tail around his neck. I should have blasted that smug look right off his face. I should probably just finish my story. After the Cooper gang escaped at the museum, I decided to follow my nose and take a look around. I'd been investigating the trading of stolen antiquities on the black market, but I'd never guessed that two-faced ringtail was involved. Then as I turned a corner, I was stunned to see a huge stash of stolen treasure right there in the museum. And even more shocking, Cyril Le Paradox himself unloading them. I couldn't believe it. The billionaire art collector and museum patron was behind this? I was so surprised that by the time I reacted, his goons already had me covered. Then that slimy sawed-off runt had me thrown into some vile machine. And the next thing I knew, I was playing cowboys and criminals. The Old West? Time travel? It was completely loco. Sure, Le Paradox had done some time in his youth, but he'd been squeaky clean ever since. And Interpol had never considered him a suspect. There were rumors about the source of his wealth, but nothing had ever been proven. Now I knew I'd solved that mystery. And of course Cooper and his little friends were involved somehow. Why was I not surprised? The Fleabag tried to feed me some story about having to rob the museum to save the future. But I was done listening to that liar. I needed to get back to Paris. But that toad toothpick had stolen Murray's van, and Bentley's time machine along with it. I finally cracked the case, and now I was stuck in this lousy dust bowl with the Cooper gang. I don't know what made me angrier. Not being able to bust the lowlife skunk, or being trapped here with that lying ringtail. Ooh! The only bearable thing about this whole mess was that at least Cooper's ancestor was a gentleman.
What the... All right, thanks to the bug in Toothpick's office, we have a pretty clear idea of what's going on. Toothpick plans on moving the stolen gold out of the mine using his special train. Unfortunately, that train is now also being turbocharged by our van. And need I mention that we're stranded in time unless we recover it? Well, anyway, it's useless to go after the train in the mine. Toothpick will have stepped up security since our escape, and the place will be crawling with guards. We're going to have to hit that train while it's rolling, but first, we're going to have to catch it, and we'll do that by diverting its route. After surveying the rail system, I've determined there are 3 key track switches we will need to throw, and Toothpick has entrusted the keys to 3 of his toughest henchmen, Wildman Wiesner, Frenchy Lestage, and Red-Eye Robles. Furthermore, these guys keep the keys around at all times. The good news is that during the Toothpick Appreciation Festival, there are a number of contests, and all of them will be competing. Murray, I took the liberty of entering you in the Bare Knuckle Brawl contest. Wildman is the defending champion, and he's sure to have the key on his person. Sly, I hope you're feeling fast because you're going to be competing in the crookedest race in the West, the Toothpick 500. Frenchie happens to be the defending champ, so it's a sure bet it's his time that you'll have to beat. Carmelita, you'll be up against Red-Eye in the shooting contest. As the defending champ, he keeps the trophy close by, with the 3rd key inside. Now let's get going. We don't have any time to waste.
All right, listen up, you fleabags. This here's the annual Toothpick Brawl-a-thon. Ain't no rules, except that if you want a shot at the champ, you gotta fight your way through the ranks first. Looks like we got ourselves a sucker. Yeah, I mean challenger. So let's get on with it. Fighting out of the pink corner, action, weighing in a little more every minute. You're howling hard, the Coyote!
Hang on, Murray! The champ's up next!
Sweet sassafras! It looks like we got ourselves a contender, and he's earned the right to face the champ. So, without further ado, in this corner, weighing too much to mention, the horned heavyweight, the battling beefcake. He puts the bull in bully. Your defending champion, Wild Man!
Get back in there, Murray!
Is that the best you've got? Nobody sucker punches the Murray!
Oh, yo, Fred Mercy.
TKO! You got it, Murray! Now get the key! Be careful, Sly. This race is dangerous. They say it's called the 500 because that's how many racers have lost their lives. Also, the course has several checkpoints that you'll need to reach in time to stay in the race. Speaking of which, the only way you're gonna move fast enough is to use that ball. You're gonna need to stay on it the whole race.
Not a problem, because you know,
Don't say it!
that's how I roll. Feel like I'm in the circus. This definitely reminds me why I prefer picking pockets.
Sly, time is running out! You can do this, pal!
Oh, my legs feel like spaghetti. Just keep the ball spinning, Sly.
That's it, Sly! Keep pushing!
Can't slow down now.
Hurry up! The clock is ticking!
Ugh, even my tail is tired.
You're in a time crunch here, Sly!
some real speed.
Almost there, Sly. Don't stop now.
Better keep an eye out for that jackal.
Come on, you've almost got this race won. Excellent, you got the key, Sly. Now scram.
Oh, now that's some fine shooting right there. Well, that's it, folks. Looks like this year's champion is gonna be... Wait, hold everything. We got ourselves a latecomer. Let's see what this pretty little lady has got.
Well, what have we here? Little lady, I know you can't be here to shoot, 'cause there ain't even no man around these parts can stand up to me.
I see what you mean. I can barely stand you myself. But if you're scared of losing, I understand.
Well, I just won the competition, so you're too late. But I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. You just go right ahead, sweet thing. If you can beat my score, you get this here trophy. But if you lose, you gotta give me a kiss. What do you say?
Aye, this guy's breath smells like fermented gym socks.
Carmelita, we don't have a choice.
All right, I'll take your wager. But you better get ready to hand over that trophy.
And you better get ready for some serious lip wrestling.
This is gonna be easy. I could do this next. To wipe the grin off this clown's face. The only thing this kid will be kissing is that trophy. Goodbye. Just have to keep my focus. It actually helps if I picture Sly's face on the targets. This guy's in for an unpleasant surprise.
What the? Oh, this ain't happening. It's like some kind of magic trick.
The only thing disappearing is your trophy, Red Eye.
Way to go, Carmelita. Now grab that key.